Um, so first of all, I just want to say thank you to everybody for being present. Presence is something that I deeply value and is something that has really helped me along in my journey. Um, what I'm sharing with you is quite literally how Ty described it, just pages from my diary. And I like to write love letters. It's like a self-love practice that I do. So I just try to write things, get it out. Um, I put all of these together. I chose these pieces because I feel like they capture different parts of what it's like on a self-love journey. Um, and yeah, so I just hope that with the words that I share and the vibe and the music, you guys just find a place of calm inside of you, that you reach a point of vulnerability inside of yourself, and that you just set yourself free wherever you are at in your journey. I hope that you can find yourself somewhere in these pages of my diary. So we can get started. Thank you. And if you find yourself needing to take a deep breath in and out, just go ahead and relax. To truth. I used to believe in soulmates, like there was one special person made just for me. I dream about how we meet. Was it someplace that I frequent, like somewhere along one of my nature walks, in a supermarket, or would it be, a surprisingly pleasant conversation on a bus ride to work? A familiar face, or maybe we first met in a dream. Yeah, I think I like that. Every fiber of my being was consumed by the idea that my soulmate could be anywhere and anyone, that I should carry myself as though my heart had been patiently awaiting their arrival. Patience. The patience is virtue that didn't immediately let itself be known in my nature. I was not a friend of patience. It felt imprisoning. I didn't understand there was an order to things, a process to loving ways. I wanted what I wanted, and I didn't want to wait. When you're young, they often say, you wouldn't know love if it called you by its name. Well, love, here I am. I'm ready to learn. I want to know exactly who you are and what it is today. Thank you. It's just a start. This next one kind of details just a little bit about how I kind of got caught up in the male gaze, why I got caught up in the male gaze. He reminded me of a need I long buried in the pit of my skin. A deep cry for forgiveness lets out. My deepest desire at that time was to receive justice for unfair situations done to me. My first hurt was my caregiver. Instead of comforting me and apologizing for their harm, they gaslit, they silenced and dismissed. They shunned me for feeling hurt and upset. I learned that my body wasn't a safe place for feelings. I fought hard to disconnect. I untwist my face, hoping my facade would build my strength. I channeled it into art, another safe space, maybe. I'm reminded of the pain I felt in my relationship with my mother, who was some distant but familiar stranger, a symbol of danger and maybe potential protection. Yeah, I was attracted to these kinds of men who look dangerous, and I assigned to them the role of protector. Any man who could survive hell could be a man that I love, but I was a little too afraid to date them, the thugs. So instead, I attached myself to more emotionally dangerous types, and most might not see it, but I somehow always found a way to sniff it out. My natural healing instinct always looked to expose a wound And sure enough, I would find it. Oh, y'all like thugs, huh? Y'all ghetto. Okay. Speaking of wounds, if it's hard to love me, why keep me waiting? If it's too much, just say so. I try to make it easier, but it seems like the love will never flow. I've learned what makes me beautiful. I've flaunted all my affairs. But now it feels like I'm that little girl yet again in the mirror I stare. What's so hard to love about me? Why do I have to shout? What's so hard to love about me? I could never figure it out. To be heard, to be seen. Who cares if you think I'm a pretty thing? What's so hard to love about me? Just tell me. Tell me now. Is it the way I'm super sensitive? I'm sensuous by design. I'm brimming over with creativity because a little chaos lives inside. I've given and I've given and I've cried and I cried alone in my bed at night. I release a sigh because at least I'm safe from your prying eye. To forgo my wants and needs, to diminish my needs, to be permissive and hope to receive. Am I at fault because I cannot see the ways in which you love me? Is it my curse to pray for God but think that he never heard me? Still, I master my own luck. My love, there is so much more to me than settling for less. These wings were made for flying, my spirit's forever rising, so there won't be no surprises. I'ma say this with my chest. You can get with the program, or you can figure it the fuck out like the rest. I mean, honestly, so why do you think the way I speak sends chills down your spine? Because every word I utter is a thread of divine. I am a tapestry of truth, woven with passion and time. Telling you lies would just be another waste of time, and I'm not interested in wasting mine, so I'm not here for half-truths. I'm not here for half measures. I'm not here for complaints about what's too much needing, too much pleading, too much meeting you on your terms. Too much giving weight to your words when the actions are all a blur. You did this and that with her, well baby, I am not a bird. I am a dragon. I am a phoenix or whatever the fuck is rising from whatever the fucking ashes of what's leaving. I kind of fucked that up, so I'm gonna say it again. Okay? I'm gonna say it again. I am not here for half measures or half truths. I'm not here for complaints about what's too much needing, too much pleading, too much meeting you on your terms. Too much giving way to your words when the actions are all a blur. You did this and that with her, well baby, I am not a bird. I am a dragon. I am a phoenix or whatever is rising from the ashes of whatever the fuck is leaving. So are you leaving? Is it the end of our season? Huh. Is it that time of the month when the poets start bleeding? Ink over the page, I incorporate pain and then I put it on the track like I'm weaving. I'm such a heathen. Lapses in my mind leave you heathen. Now I'm cheesing. I got under your skin. Fuck. Now I remember I'm doing what was done to me as a kid. I need a minute. Give me 10. We fucked up with each other and I don't want to let it go. I feel like after all we've been through, we should have been able to get it right. And I don't want to fight, but I don't want to let it slide. Not after I try with all my might to betray my inner fight and keep you from taking flight. No, scratch that. Scratch that. At a certain point when you spend so much time in pain, you have to ask yourself if you want to stay the same. So to 8-year-old Imani, how does the heart of a sensitive soul become so jaded? You used to look at the sun and recognize what a miracle it was to be alive, to exist. Of all the matter scattered across the universe, here you are, conscious and curious. You used to wonder how the ants dug their tunnels without collapsing their heels. If you would ever see a shooting star and if fairies were real. You heard all about spirit and adults. Oh, you heard all about the spirit world and thought it all must be magic. And about love, well, you never understood why adults made it out to be so tragic. See, you watch the wind blow kisses at the sidewalks with autumn leaves, and the rain caressing the window with streetlights while the smooth jazz weaved. You applauded the way words danced across the page, winding and binding your imagination with grace. Everything was a love letter. Everything called out your name. You always heard the silent whispers of life roaring through your veins. So tell me what happened. Did the sun stop shining? Did the words stop dancing and begin unwinding? Did you get introduced to a love that was blinding? Did you lose all your senses and with it your reasons for crying? Beautiful soul, what you behold is nothing absent of your own. Reflected in the ruins is their now jaded heart. It is a dream and a wish that never could part. Now that you've seen the ruins, you understand that you could not be just a butterfly alone. Beautiful, yes, but your wings are a vessel. Your heart is a guide and your love is a beacon in a starless night. Of all the matter scattered across the universe, you made a courageous choice to survive. This one is for the people who are a little hard on themselves, especially if you've ever struggled with low self-esteem. This one is for you. Just put yourself in my shoes, though. I'm gonna say I, okay? I had no shortage of love for myself. I know because I grieve the loss of me every day. I sit in bed all day, daydreaming about the me I just can't seem to get back, pieces of me that I lost track. I grieve the dreamer. I beg her to stay. I cling to old dreams because they remind me of when I believed in myself and in my love. I thought I should love myself. I don't need to put up with this. But the facts are I never lacked love for myself. I grieved when it seemed I loved the wrong things outside of me, and maybe I did love them because I grieve for him too. Haunted by what could have been and the unspoken feelings I put to bed, I feel frozen in my bed and I'm frozen in my head. The opportunity comes to love another and it just reminds me of the death of my inner lover. I can't love the way I used to. It's hard to meet the ones who deserve it and still I'm grieving, so I can't love them the way that I used to. I don't want anyone settling for less of me, but maybe the best of me I feel is all used, or maybe the best of me is someone renewed. What does grief remind me about the lover in me? What do I do?